You're listening to the Chronicles of Living podcast, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. Now let's talk.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop. Don't stop on the road of life. You can't stop. You can't stop moving. Keep move. Keep that pace. You switching to gear. Let's go as we climb up the hill. Don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working. It's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady. Don't watch the clock go round.
Greetings, my visionary dreamers. How is everybody doing today? Wednesday. You can do it. Wednesday. This is Adionne. Listen up.
Life is a cycle. We are learning, always turning. Later, cannot stop the time. Always merging into lanes that better suit us as we ride. Switch it up. Switching to gear, let's go. As we climb up the hill, don't slow down. Pedal a little more. The mind is working, it's in control. Your wheels are turning a little more. Going higher another notch. Keep it steady, don't watch the clock go round.
As I said, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, from yourself, from some real shit. And you're listening to Chronicles of Livin podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us, extraordinary folk, doing the damn thing the best way we can. And today's topic is, what do you do when you are tired? Listen, I'm gonna turn this up. That's what you do. Don't stop. You don't stop. I know it can be hard sometimes, and it just becomes overwhelming. I understand. Trust me. I've been probably in every situation of being tired that there is. So the reason why I picked this topic today is I'm tired. I am very tired. And that's how this topic came about. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. My day has been very fulfilling, if I could say it that way. I just had a lot of moving parts today. And, first off, yesterday, the Wi-Fi connection wasn't working, so I didn't get things done the way I wanted to get it done. It was just moving really slow, so I just shut it down. And then today was my son's break. They're in the midst of their finals in college, and he has this big old beanbag thing. It's like a bed to the place, home, so that Friday we won't have to do a lot of moving, his things. So, but in the midst of that, the day when he called me about the guys coming up with him, his friends coming up with him, they had put their request in for me to make an Indian dish. They are so funny. I'm like their perfect personal chef, I guess. But so I love a challenge. And I've made they wanted curry. So I've made that before. But now I had to really plan my day strategically because, one, I knew I had to do the show today. 2, I had a 2:00 meeting with the new company that new organization that I'm gonna be working with youth. And then I had to tidy up some things before. Oh, I had to go get the stuff to make the dish, and then I had to tidy up some things, far as paperwork before that. So, yeah, my day was woo. I didn't know if I was going to make it, but everything worked out perfectly. I cooked the food before I even went to the 2:00 meeting. Straight from there, I went and met the boys. They put the beanbag in the car, followed and came home, and they sat on the patio and ate their curry chicken, had some ice cream. Everybody was happy. And they wound up leaving around about, I believe, maybe 5:30, which gave me time to eat and sit down. And I did not, of course, have a topic yet at 5:30. And I'm sitting down in my comfy chair and I'm like, I am tired. I'm literally tired. I just want to go to bed. And I'm like, but I got to do the show. And see, this is what I'm saying about, you'll have those moments in your life where you're just going. And sometimes the things that you love to do the most, you can wind up being almost too tired to do. Almost was too tired to come on here. Okay? Can y'all believe that? But nevertheless, I utilized that to create the topic. See how that worked out? So where I was tired, I sat in it for a minute. And then I'm like, what am I going to talk about? Okay, I'm feeling tired right now. I'm sure there are a lot of people out there that is tired. But not just energy-wise, but at what life is throwing at you, Sometimes it could just be one thing after the other, that happens to you. And you feel like you don't have control. You feel like, what is going on? Like, nothing is going the way I planned it to go. And when you get in those moments, what I've learned to do is really just sit and be still. Because everything is moving fast that you can't even really see, You can't see your way through the fog. So therefore, it's just like when you're driving in fog, you got to take your time. You got to slow down, You got to, sometimes if the fog is too deep, too thick, you might have to pull over on the side of the road and wait until it clears up, Unless you're an experienced driver like me. But no, really, sometimes you gotta pull over, sit, wait until you see things clearer, until you hear things clearer, until you realize that, okay, I feel my gut on this. I'm hearing my intuition on this, which is just higher self, which is your spirit. We all have our higher self, our spirit that talks to us on a daily. But the thing that happens is this: when we're not tuned in, it gets faint. It just starts fading. And you're like, it's almost like, somebody saying help, and they screaming it real loud. But then you hear the help, but then you don't go and find out where that person is that's screaming help. And so you get further and further away, and the help scream becomes lower and lower. It goes from help to help, help, help. That's what's going on when you got all these things going haywire in your life. And that intuition, that voice in you is screaming help to you. It's telling you, sit down, listen to me. You know, when you sit down and you listen and you get away from the noise and you go in your room and you tell everybody in your life, like, listen, I'm shutting it down, okay, for a day or two. I need to get some me time. I need to hear myself. I need to know what it is that I want to do right now in this time, space, and reality. Sometimes you're doing so much for so many other people that you can get lost in yourself. You don't even recognize you anymore because you're doing so much for so many other people that it's like you're living their life instead of living yours. This is what can happen to us if we don't catch up to ourselves. Can I say it that way? That's how it is. Sometimes it's like it's two of us and one is running and the other one is like, got their hand up in the air. If you can envision this, like they finger like, wait, and you trying to catch up with yourself because you just going in so many directions because you're allowing so many people to pull you in different directions. Or if it's not people, things, it could be your job. Pull your coworkers, your boss, pulling you in all these different directions, giving you the bulk of the work when you know good and well half of that stuff is not your job, and Susan over there, that's her job, but yet it gets thrown on you because she cool with the manager, so she skate out early, things like that. I know this happens. This happens on a job, but we have to find our voice. We have to find our power. We have to not be afraid to speak up for ourselves. That's the thing. Sometimes that fear that creeps in makes you feel like if you speak up, things are not going to go so well. And so, to avoid the discomfort of things not going well at the job, and your relationship, your marriage, with your kids, you don't speak up for yourself. And then what happens? Things just keep piling on and people keep treating you the same way. You feel used, you feel abused, you feel neglected, you feel taken for granted, you feel disrespected. All of these things, all of these feelings just piling on day by day until you flip out on somebody. Don't do that though. Don't flip out. But it happens. It really does. And it can be avoided if you take the time out for you. That is the key. Taking the time out for you, and don't allow people to dictate how your day should go, how your work should flow, how you should raise your kids, how you should make your money. You don't let people dictate your life. It is your life, okay? So when people come along and they think they can dictate to you how your life should go, you should make sure you give them the hand and say, no. Just like that. No. If you already allowing people to do that, you just say, enough of that. Just let them know. And you be consistent. And you start moving the way you know in your heart and your spirit and your gut, the way your intuition, your higher self is speaking to you, the way you should flow, what feels comfortable for you, And sometimes that can be hard to get to because you don't know how, because you never did. Like all your life, you've been just putting everybody else in front of you. I've been there. This is why I can talk about this. I've always put others in front of me. A lot of my moves, when I really sat down and started breaking things down, was me believing in other people, opportunities and things like that, where I thought that, okay, this person is legit, or whatever. And I would make that move on faith. Some of the moves was because of that. I'm going to say maybe probably half of my moves, but nevertheless, while I was tired of moving, or I'm tired of moving, or whatever you want to call it, I realized this. Like, even if you're in that state of mind, you're tired of moving, or you're tired of, changes, all these changes coming in your life, or people moving in with you if you're allowing them to, because we allow this stuff to happen. We teach people how to treat us. That is it. That's the bottom line. I say this all the time. We teach people how to treat us, So back to when I was saying about the moving, what I realized is this. I could be tired of all the moves that I made, but if I didn't make those moves, I wouldn't be who I am today. I wouldn't know a lot of the skill sets that I have. I wouldn't even probably recognize my own power, my own capabilities, how much I can just persevere through so many different obstacles and storms. Sometimes things gotta happen to you to build you up, to get tired, so that you can get tired. You get what I'm saying? They have to build up for you to get tired so you can get tired. Because when you get tired, that's when you start to pay attention to yourself, to what's going on around you. That's when you start zooming in and like, hold up, I'm about tired of this dude or this chick. I'm about tired of my child acting out or disrespecting me. I'm tired of, my boss flirting with me or whatever it is. It has to get you to the point that you get tired so that you can do something about it. That's why it comes. See, life is a big school. I say this all the time. It's a big school. So it's like when that lesson hits you, that you realize that you're tired of a thing or a person or a situation, I'm just going to say it this way. Pass the test so you can move on to the next level. That's what it is. Things will keep coming around that irritate you, that annoy you, the same stuff, but different people will do it if you haven't passed that test yet. If that's a thing that you need to work on with inside you, if it's patience, patience is a big one. I remember so many years ago, I used to pray, God, give me the patience for people and things. I didn't know what I was doing, okay? Because all kinds of folk came my way. I was in church back then, real strong, and I wanted to bless everybody, and I had the space in my house, and I told this story in a way back podcast show, but it seemed like after it was all done with, I'm like, hold up, I must have been running a rehab because everybody that I took in had some type of addiction. One was just getting off cocaine, one was I think used to deal with crack, and another one was a drunk, but they didn't present themselves that way, and they all came from a friend. Like a friend giving me a call, can this person stay with you for a minute? They gotta, or they moving from another state, they need to find a place, can you help them? Because they knew my heart. And this is what I'm saying about when people know you, they gonna try you, they gonna test you. And I said try, yes. They're going to test you. And I didn't realize, like, okay, they asking me why they can't let them stay with them. But, my heart, and I felt like, because they were like, well, you got more space than me. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be a blessing. Man, look, I almost got locked up behind one of them. Literally, for real. We had to go see the judge in the county. The sheriff came and was saying they was going to take our kids to DHS. It was horrible. All because I allowed that to happen. They came in and they saw how chill I was, how giving I was, and they started thinking that they was taking advantage of it. But I got tired. And this is what I'm saying. When you get tired, you pay attention, you recognize, and you cut that situation dry. And that's what I did. It built up, I got tired, and I cut them loose. Like, yo, y'all grown. Go ahead. It's time for y'all to grow up, be on your own, you know? And I felt like at that point, okay, my son told me, he was young. He was like, Mom, nobody else can move in with us ever again because they're mean. They're mean people. And you're trying to be nice to them. And he told me, I think he was like, I don't know. He was young. He's like 7, I think. And for him to acknowledge that, he was tired, okay? He told his mom, you're not allowed to have anybody else come and live with you at 7. So this is what I'm saying. Like, you have to get to that point of being tired so you can do something about why it is that you're tired. What is it that you're tired of? You know? But also learn the lesson. Learn the lesson as to why this situation or this person is making you tired, you know? A lot of times, like I said, it's because of patience. A lot of us need to work on our patience, need to work on our understanding of ourselves and of people. Because as I always say, you are responsible for your happiness. No one else but you. Somebody that makes you happy, that's a bonus. That's an added bonus. But do not allow and give somebody that much power that you are relying on them to make you happy, because what happens when they leave? Do not allow a thing, a materialistic thing, to take the power of your happiness, because what happens when you don't have that thing anymore? What's going to happen? You're going to be miserable because you lost your car, your house, you lost your spouse, whether it be through them walking out or, unfortunately, sometimes through death. That means that your happiness was buried with them? No, we have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to take responsibility and look at the situation and be our own problem solvers sometimes. Not sometimes, all the times. Because if you allow other people to continually solve your own problems, you're going to be lost forever. You know? You have to figure out a way to solve your own problems. Again, if you have some genuine help, that's a bonus. That's a bonus. But take responsibility for you. And then you will notice that the same situation or the same annoying person can come your way and you won't be tired anymore because you passed that test. Because you acknowledge the thing that made you tired from that situation or from that person. Or maybe from an environment, you know? You tired of where you live, and every time you come home, you know, there's folks on the corner. I know when I used to live in the hood, that's what it was about. Everybody out on the corner, you know? But if you in a city and you're with row homes, most of the time there are more people as opposed to when you live like in a county. There are more people out when it gets nice outside. That's why I always try to live in a county. But nevertheless, you can get tired of people, period. Where you just like, I just don't want to be around nobody. I know when I go to the market, I'm a night shopper. Like, I got to go to Walmart or somewhere at night. I just don't do crowded people well. I don't do the slow walkers down the aisle well. I have patience, but sometimes I know y'all feel me on this. I just want to go get my stuff and be out, you know? So just little situations that, you know, happen. So I'm just going to talk about the kids for a minute because I think that is a big, that's an important part of this whole being tired. Because when you have kids, it is important that you don't break, basically. Because you have to be strong for them, you know? You are an example for your kids or for, you know, it might not be your biological kids. Maybe you are raising kids. Maybe, you know, you took some kids in. Like when I had foster kids, you know, they came in like a storm. I mean, they were some bad kids. Man, let me tell you, almost lost it quite a few times. But at the end of the day, I had to realize that they were not used to structure. And here I am, allowing them to come into my home. And I'm teaching them structure, something that they never had. While they fought against it in the beginning, at the end, that's what they wanted. That's what they wanted to feel. They wanted to feel that someone cared. They wanted to feel love. But they had to determine that, okay, her giving me structure is not her trying to control me, but she's teaching me something new. She cares about me. She wants me to do better. Once I was consistent, and once I decided that, you know what, I'm not going to give up on them. I want them to walk away from my home knowing that someone actually loved them and someone actually cared for them and someone actually cared about their feelings. And this is a lesson for me because I want to understand or overstand, why are they acting out this way? What is the void that is missing in their life that needs to be fulfilled? See, this is how we can take the focus off of us personally being tired, if it is dealing with a loved one or kids or whatever like that, and knowing that it's not personal, that everybody has issues, even little kids. They have something that's not balanced in their life. And if you pay attention, you really pay attention, you really show the person that you care, you will find out. You will get to the root of their issue and you will figure out how to solve that problem and how to help them to heal. Not just kids, but people, you know? People, grown people grow up with the voids from their childhood and it carries over. I talked about this before. It'll carry over into their adulthood if it was never addressed. And it comes out on whoever is the closest to them. And then that person that it comes out on, if they're not careful and if they don't know better, they will take it personal and think that the person with the issues is really targeting them. But they're not. They're targeting whoever is close to them because they have some unsolved issues. Some issues that they didn't handle, you know? So if you love that person enough, or if you feel like it's worth it, then you're going to take your time, sit with them, and let them know, listen, you know, I love you, you're a good person, but obviously we keep arguing, so there's something that's not balanced. Can we work together to figure this out? Are you open to that? Now, if they come off and be like, no, you know, all that stuff, then, I don't know, maybe you might need to be like, see you later, bye. No, I'm just playing. But you know You know if a situation is worth it. You know if it's a person is worth it. You know if a job is worth it. And your kids is always worth it. Worth it. I say worth, but worth it. You know? Those foster kids came into my house feeling unloved, but left. They left my house feeling loved. They knew. They knew. They went from fighting each other every day to being excited about a star board that I made with stickers. That I gave them awards and points for their behavior, for their actions, for how well they did in school. That's what let me know that all they wanted was a consistent person in their life to acknowledge the things that they do, to see them. That's all they wanted, was somebody to see them. And that's not just with kids, but adults. Sometimes that's it. They just want somebody to see them. You know, when people are craving for attention, they just want somebody to see them. That's it, you know? So don't get tired so fast. If it's been a years and years thing, then you need to have that talk. If it's a relationship, if it's your kids, whatever, you need to sit down and have a heart-to-heart talk, but you need to pray about it first. You need to meditate on it first as to your words. And you need to make sure that when you sit down with somebody, that you give them praise first. You acknowledge the good in them so that you can make them feel comfortable and let them know that, look, you don't just see all bad, you see the good. But this part of you is something that you are hopeful that they are willing to work on to make your relationship better. And when I say relationship, I'm talking universal. I'm talking, intimate relationships, family, kids, work, all of that stuff. It's about paying attention and talking it out. Communication is the universal key to fixing a whole lot of problems. I'm telling y'all, communication. Think about it. I'm communicating with y'all now. Y'all can't see me. All y'all can do is hear me. And when y'all listen to these podcast shows, obviously it does something positive to you, because if it didn't, you wouldn't come back and listen again. So just like this communication, the words that I'm using, my voice is helping you in some type of way, inspiring you or helping you to overstand yourself or overstand people or things, whatever it's doing for you in a positive sense. Take that and know that when you get tired, communication is the key. Rather than you talking to yourself. I talk to myself a whole lot. Trust me. If it was a hidden camera here, people would think I was crazy. But sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to empower yourself. I ride down and I was tired today. I'm like, Lord, I'm tired. Oh, but I got to do the show. It's going to be the bomb. I'm going to talk some good stuff today. It's going to be nice. The topic's going to come. Sometimes you have to talk to yourself and assure yourself that everything is going to be okay, that you are in control, that you can do this. When failures come, so-called, which I don't believe in failures, look at it. Whether it's you starting a company, you keep starting over and things don't go your way with the company, you're an entrepreneur, things don't go your way, just find a different way. Nothing was created in a day. Nothing was created on the first try, second try, 100th try. If it's something that's powerful, trust me, it wasn't created ASAP like that. So you have to think, how much is this worth it? How much is this business that I'm creating worth it? How much is this opportunity that I'm working towards is worth it? How much is this relationship worth it? You have to ask yourself your why. Why am I doing this? What is it that I want to get out of this? So that you can find that staying power to keep persevering through it all and achieve what it is that you have always planned to achieve in your life, for yourself, for your family. This is what we need to do. Okay? Find that staying power. Find, where is it? It's in you. It's in you. It's in you. You just got to be patient with yourself. That's all. Once you get that patience with yourself, things will become clearer. Your vision, you will see. You will see things clearer. And you will change your course for the good. And things will start flowing the way you want them to flow. Trust me, I know. I've been through a lot of ups and downs. And we're going to continue to have that in life. Some are big, some are small. But once you get the handle of things, when the downs come, you won't even feel it. You won't even recognize that it's a down because you're so up all the time. Your vibration is so high. Your energy is so, your happiness is so solid. Your joy is so solid that little down bump that came, you didn't even feel it. That's where you need to get to. Okay? So, until Sunday, I will talk to you visionary dreamers then. And, oh yeah, and Mother's Day is coming Sunday. I don't know if I'm pre-recording y'all because I'm going to be out of town. But if I do, well, I'll say Happy Mother's Day now. Mother's Day now. Okay? Make sure y'all celebrate your mothers if they're still here on this earth. Don't take it for granted. Just go get a card. I know that's a paganist holiday, but still, just to say, thank you, Mom. Thank you for bringing me into this world. Because she didn't have to. Recognize that and understand that. Okay? Well, until Sunday, I love you guys. Thank you for all of your support. Thank you for always coming back, playing, downloading, sharing. You need any questions answered? Hit me up. adionne-your-dream-pusher at gmail.com. And I got some good things coming your way. And I will let you know when. So until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher, your lifeguard, saving you from the world, from yourself, from some real bullshit. And this is Chronicles of Living podcast show, the show for everyday people doing everyday things, living everyday life. You know us extraordinary folk, doing a damn thing the best way we can. I love you guys. Peace. Thank you for listening to Chronicles of Living, where we talk to everyday people about everyday things in the past, present, and future. And if you are pursuing your dreams, I'm proud of you. Because the best part of life is when you decide to live. To keep up with us, please visit chronicles-of-livin-podcast. Until next time, this is Adionne, your dream pusher. I love you guys.